Hey everyone, what's going on? Ryan here, and we got another Sims 4 build video. So we're going to be focusing on another tiny house. This one being a little bit more true to the dimensions. The other one was a little bit big than I did. But what I really like about doing this is just how realistic you can make things. Because I was driving down the highway, I got off to stop at a Walmart to pick up a few things, and I saw this sitting in the parking lot over by a bunch of other like RVs and stuff. So they're actually, the people that own this were going and just traveling around with their tiny house, kind of like an RV. I thought it was really interesting. And I go over to them and I ask them, hey, can I take a look at this? Maybe take a few pictures? Because I'm big into recreating these on an online game. And they're like, oh, heck yeah. So I'm making it as true to scale and as true as I can. There are a few things that you just can't do, but other than that, I think the final product is really quite similar. So that just goes to show in this game the amount of just customizations you can put into it. What was really interesting about it, the little porch that we put in right there, it was like collapsible with the sides. It had these chains that could hook on, and it would fold into it. It would fold into the side of the house, like those beds that fold up into the wall. And it had these foldable legs on the bottom, so you could just fold it down and boom, you got a porch. So it's really easy to like move around. And the thing was super narrow, but you went in and it still felt like you had so much space. So I thought it'd be the perfect thing to try and sort of recreate. The one side where it had a lot of windows right there was where it hooked up to the back of a truck, and they were hauling it with like an F-250 or one of the big diesel pickup trucks, and it was actually really cool. So I go over to them and I'm like, yeah, I do these game recreations of houses and stuff. I've done a few, and I showed them a couple of pictures that I had on my phone, and they're like, whoa, that's actually really cool. I asked them if I could come take a few pictures. They gave me this sort of tour, took me upstairs into a little bedroom that you see we're working on now. Bedroom doesn't really look similar to what they had because they had more space to work with because they weren't limited to the sloping of the roofs that you have to have in this game. They had a little bit of a different sort of shape that I couldn't quite create, but we got pretty close. And there was just, it looked like people have been living in it, not like any of those other Sims houses that are like following the grid perfectly. And that's what I like about using the free placement tool and the move objects in here. Free placement, letting it feel a little bit more like it's a building that people have lived in and not just something that somebody just designed. What I like the most about this is the bathroom actually looks pretty exact. Like they had a shower that looked almost identical to this. They had towels and robes and stuff hanging on the wall with some shelves and like shampoo bottles just strung out all over the place. Like they've been sitting in the parking lot for a couple of days because you know at like Walmart's you can like stay in some of the parking lots with RVs and stuff. They were on their way, forget where they said they were on their way, I think somewhere out west, to escape the heat because it's getting pretty hot over here. Probably to like Colorado or something. But it's just the aesthetic of this house was so interesting because it was sleek, it was modern, but it was also portable, and part of it just seemed really rustic and really laid back, like somewhere you could just go in and be like, wow, feels like a real household, but yet I can haul it behind my truck, you know? So we're trying to decorate it with some clutter right now, move these lights around. That's what I really love about this free move tool. It doesn't isolate me to just moving with the grid, which I think is awesome. There were times in it that it seemed a little bit really like claustrophobic, but I feel like that's unavoidable if you have mobile living, you know? Especially if you're trying to make it look like a real house and not just like a travel trailer where you just open it up and there's a There's a bed and maybe a gas, like a propane stove, and that's about it. But yeah, I think this is really cool, and like how I just stumbled upon it was really awesome too. So that's kind of the direction I want to take with this, just real life recreation. Because I didn't know, but you can get so close to real life products with this, and it was after this that I really realized it. So I guess maybe what I will start to do is like do recordings of stuff that I want to attempt to build, record like some live footage of it, post that first, and then a video of me doing the recreation, and maybe like a couple parts of a video, like a 1 or 2 parter. I slow down the speed of the build so we can really do some comparisons back and forth about what's going on. I think that'd be really interesting. And then even one step further, if there are people watching the videos that want to see a specific building created, reach out and I do my research on the exterior, the interior, and then do a recreation. I think that would create a nice relationship between myself and the community once the channel gets off the ground, of course, because I think I'm gonna set this as the 3rd video I upload, and right now I'm sitting at like 23 views, but hey, it's 23 more than I thought I was gonna get. And I mean, this game is from 2014, 15, so it's like 5 years old almost. And I was reading into when maybe The Sims 5 was gonna get released, and EA was saying it might not be released until like 2020. So if I could get the channel off the ground until then, and then get a big boost when that comes out and sort of shift my focus over to that game. But maybe I'm probably going to take a look at a couple other games as well as soon as I figure out a better means of recording and screen capturing everything. I think I've got an okay audio setup. Then again, I'm not really sure, because there are definitely more professional things than what I have, but my video editing and my upload methods are definitely not as refined as the professional people that have thousands upon thousands and millions of subscribers and hundreds of videos and that sort of stuff. I'm just working on some bare bones equipment, and I'm making it work for what I have. Can't help but think that maybe I jumped the gun, but hey, you gotta start somewhere, right? And maybe I'll start to see like a gradual increase of views, and then I'll get inspired to get some more equipment and start branching off a little bit more. But you gotta start somewhere. And I know this isn't the greatest place to start, because I've got like using a game that's like 5 years old. But hey, there's still some demand for it, I'm sure. Alright, so here we've got our final product. From the front, we've got a nice slanting roof in the front. I'm going to add a little bit of landscaping to it, some winter trees and some snow-covered like hedges and stuff, just to give it a little bit of accent to it. Not like the people that would traditionally have these things and driving them around would really do, since you're moving from place to place. You're not going to carry around trees with you and put them out in front of the place, but it'll add a little bit of flair, especially for the pictures that I'll upload to the gallery, to hopefully get some attention to it at the least. I think it's a pretty nice build, probably up there with some of the better ones I've done. But yeah, this is the final product. It's a nice aerial view of it. Give me a nice spinneroony. Look down, we've got our attic bedroom. Pretty simple, nothing crazy, but still pretty sleek. Got our metal and wood stairs, our small bathroom and kitchen, little recreational area. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and check out my gallery for more. I'll put information in the description, and leave a comment if you have some ideas for me, and I will see you next time. Take it easy, y'all.